bent down to put something down and the camera goes on me. I love when that happens. Hello, friends. It's totally a professional show over here, if you couldn't tell. Totally professional. Hello, Jennifer from Alberta. Nice to see you. Ingrid, Barbara, Jenny G, Beth in Texas. Hello, hope it's warmed up down there. Vicki Donnelly's here. Mari Hansen is here. Darlene Bell. Yes, there we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, I like to think that I have everything together, and then it gets to be at about 10:30 and I have to take the dog out and then brush my teeth because I had a coffee, and then everything just goes to pot. My grandma used to say that, goes to pot. Yes, we're coming out of the deep freeze. I see the light. I don't see the light of spring yet because, you know, I can't see that yet, not until April, May, maybe, but it has been horrible. And having a puppy and having to go outside when it's -25 with the wind chill is super fun, especially when your puppy is like a snow dog. They're from Scotland, so they like it cold. He does not come in. Hello, Florina. Nice to see you. Hey, Holly Brown and Susan Fogel and Donna Dunn. There's so many people today. Yes, still cold, Donna. And for those of my friends who are not used to the cold in Texas or in Florida, I really feel for you. We lived in Texas. Well, we lived on the Gulf Coast 10 years in New Orleans and Houston, and there was one time that it snowed in Houston and it shut down everything. So I definitely know how that goes. Let me just make sure my do not disturb is on. My husband's on a flight, so he shouldn't bother me, but you never know. You never know. Okay, guys. Yeah, Central New Mexico, said Judy. Hopefully it's warmer there. And Beth says, we can't smell your coffee breath. I know, but I just like to have fresh, clean teeth because I smile a lot on camera. And if I smile before I brush my teeth, it makes me feel self-conscious. Yeah, Barbara said her dog loves the snow too. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited for this live because I've had these products for a little bit and I've been too busy to create with them. So this week, super exciting things have been happening here in my studio. I have been finishing up my With Love instructions for our With Love event. Super excited about that. And I'm working on instructions for my Markham Concord 9th card class. So if you're joining me at the Scrapbook and Cards today, Create and Inspire event in Markham, I am so excited about that class. I really hope somebody here is in it because it's going to be so much fun. Yes, Sharon is in muggy Auckland. I think we would all switch you, Sharon. I think we would all switch you. Okay, let's go to the down camera because we got stuff to make, my friends. We got stuff to make. I'm going to show you the products that I pulled today. These are all new from Concord 9th. First of all, look at this gorge color scheme that I'm creating with. I can put all the colors up here. Everything that I'm showing you today is listed in the video description below. So all you have to do is hit the more button to expand that and you'll see all of the products that I'm using. Super excited about this color scheme though. It's feeling fresh and springy to me. And look at this. I found, this is a little hint of what we're doing. I don't have purple, but look at that. Don't they match so perfectly? Super excited about that. Judy says it's not warm here, near 30 near Albuquerque. Oh my goodness. Barbara, it's on its way. It'll be there soon. Your With Love kit. Mari says someday I'll go to an in-person event. Hello, Carissa. Nice to see you, my friend. Carissa's live right after me. So we all have to like jump straight from mine to Carissa's. And that's why I'm like, let's go. we gotta create here because I don't want to miss Carissa's. Okay, so this is what I'm working with today, and I want to talk to you guys about Inlay because I know this is something that scares a lot of card makers. And Inlay is just so fun. There are so many creative possibilities with it, and this Inlay die is a very easy one. So if you're new to this technique, this is going to be a great die for you to pick up. So I wanted to show you that. Isn't that so cool? This is called a Mix and Match Hearts Inlay die. Then there's the Mix and Match Hearts stamp set that goes along with it. Now I've linked the bundle below. Concord 9th works kind of like on the bundle system. If you want to buy things separately, you can, but the bundle is cheaper and you get the die and the stamp together in a bundle. I know, Winnie, isn't it so pretty? The color scheme is gorgeous. I really like the Rosy Lane dies. There's a speech bubble, hello friend, there's some hearts and some flowers. I love this big like kind of rose flower too, but I also love this big love you die. So I was thinking of using that one. You never know what's going to happen though. Then if I have time at the end, I just want to cut this to show you this one, and I'll probably create it off camera, but this is from the Love Letters die. This is another one that is not too taxing to inlay. It's kind of a simple one. And then in the bundle, you can get the enamel shapes that fit in the love words. So I just love Concord 9th. I'm super excited to be working with an exclusive from them for the Markham event, and it's gorgeous, and I just love everything they make. Nikki Foraker says she is happy to hang with me while I wait at the Subaru dealership. Oh, I've been there, girl. I've been there at the Volvo dealership, and I've been there for hours, and it's been, not nice. So hang in there. Hopefully it'll be done soon. Okay, yes, Deborah, it is such a great release. So I've linked the whole release, and I've linked the individual products below, as well as the colors I'm using. So we're going with Honeysuckle, Nectar, Buttercup, Powder, and Lilac. I'm really all kinds of excited about those. Look at these, gorgeous. Okay, so let's get right into it. The first thing I'm gonna do, and this is going to be kind of quick, we are going to stamp. We're gonna use the Mix and Match Hearts stamp. And I gotta push my inks up here. And you know what? Let me turn off my keyboard just in case anything falls on the keyboard, because we don't want it to like accidentally end the live stream, because that would be really disappointing. Okay, so here's my Misty. It's sturdy. I've done a lot this week, created a lot of things, tried out a lot of color schemes. So please excuse my dirty Misty. Okay, I'm putting my first piece of cardstock in here, and this is Nectar. Now what I might do is ink all of these with black, just so the words stand out a bit. I want to make sure that I get this lined up properly. So my idea is I'm going to do this, put the hearts there, put the stamp on top so I can make sure that those words are centered. Looks great. See how great this is, that all of these, this coordinates so perfectly? Let me go in a little bit. Yes, it is a great idea to pass the time. Absolutely. There's nothing worse than just sitting in the car dealership. Now, because my Volvo is at 100,000 miles now, most of the things that I have to do with my Volvo require overnight service. And so that means I usually get a car now to get, I get to take them home, thank goodness. I have to tell you guys a really funny story. There was one time at the Volvo dealership where, you know how they have the TV, and they usually have like a morning TV program on there. And I was working and I was right underneath the TV because I was the only available space. And this lady who was sitting on the sofa grabs the remote and jacks up the TV, like really, really loud. And it's like right over my head. And I turn around and I was very, very polite. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you mind turning that down? Because it's really loud, And she was like on the phone, talking loudly, and I guess she needed the TV up because she was having this conversation and she wanted to hear the TV at the same time. And it was a morning program. And she was like, "Yes, I do mind." And it was horrible. And I didn't know what to do. And I said, "Excuse me, that's very rude. I'm trying to work." I just was like, I didn't even know what to do. And luckily, one of the sales guys was outside of his office and heard this conversation and heard me asking so nicely and came and said, "Ma'am, would you like to come and sit in one of the sales offices. We have an empty one, and let me work in there. But it was like the worst. It was one of those situations where you just couldn't believe that someone could be so rude and nasty. And yeah, that happened the last time I had to wait at the Volvo dealership. Okay, so there is my Nectar panel. So now that I know this is exactly where I need it to be and it's inked up in black, I'm just going to do every panel the same. So this is how you can make this quick and easy. Oh, she was a peach, said Nikki. Yeah, yeah. It was crazy. I went home and I think I cried. I think I cried because sometimes you just don't realize that humanity can be so nasty and whatever. But now that I look back on it, it's kind of funny that I cried, but I did. Yes, some people, said Mari. But yeah, so I think because of that experience, now we always service my car on a Friday just in case they can't give me a loaner. My husband works from home on Fridays, so he can come and get me, or I get a vehicle. So that's what happens when you spend so much money. They're just like, just take the loaner car. Just take the loaner car, because it's getting to be ridiculous now. Getting to be ridiculous. Okay, so inking up with Honeysuckle now. That was a lot of sharing. I usually don't share that much, but that was, I had to tell you guys that story. It was just a horrible day. Okay. Yes, Ingrid said, I would cry too. I'm so glad most people are decent human beings. So am I. I'm also so glad that most of the people who are on my lives are decent human beings, because, oh, you just never know. And I know that some of my friends in the industry get some crazy comments, like crazy comments on their lives. And luckily, I'm happy to say that I do not. I have not. Now, I won't say I do not. I have not so far. Knock on wood. You guys are all so kind and generous and sweet. Okay. Oh, that one looks great. So, doing them all the same color, this cuts down on some time, right? If I was switching colors with every single one, would take a little bit longer. But the whole idea behind this is you cut these panels, you stamp these panels, and then you can make a ton of cards with them. That's the most amazing thing. Okay. That's when you throw her a bless your heart. Yes, Nikki, I'm from the South. I'm from Kentucky. I know how to say bless your heart. And I grew up Southern Baptist, so I know exactly what bless your heart means. It is not a kindness. It is not a kindness. And that's why I typically don't say it, because I know better. I know better. Oh, people just don't know, Barbara. They don't know. Okay, this is our last panel, and then the stamping for our hearts will be done. Now, the other thing you could do that would be super cute is to ink all of these with Versamark and then emboss them with white embossing powder. And that would put the sentiment on the heart, and it would look like the candy heart sentiment, because those are all kind of like white. Aren't they white? Some of them are white, right? It's been a while since I've had a candy heart. To be honest, we don't have artificial colors in our house because of my daughter's ADHD. And so candy hearts are not really in our Valentine's Day repertoire anymore. Hey, Jen. Oh, groceries arrived. Isn't that the most wonderful thing? God, there are some things that the pandemic blessed us with. And I know that, you know, I did Target pickup before the pandemic started. But it was really when the pandemic came that we got used to getting groceries delivered and doing store pickup, like contactless pickup. And man, it is a blessing, especially for me when you have like small kids. I remember the first time I did a Target pickup, we were still in Katy, Texas, and I went to my Target and my daughter had fallen asleep in the car. And I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I just ordered for pickup and it was there in like, you know, they got it done in no time. So we just sat in the car while she had her nap. I got the pickup. It was like the greatest thing ever. And that was just the start. Candy hearts are gross, but they're cute. Yeah, exactly. So they look really cute if you're doing a kind of paper crafting project and you have to fill, you know, something with a treat. They look really cute in photos. So I think that's the only reason I bought them recently. Now, look how simple this is. Because we got it lined up before, now we can just line up that bottom corner, because that's where we lined it up before. And you can always like adjust a little bit. And I'm going to try to stick it to that heart and that heart. Got to use my big Spellbinders Platinum 6 today. Good morning, Beth. There's another Beth here. Hey, Marie. Nice to see you. Yes, it is a great service even without kids. I agree. Although this week I did have to do a store pickup this week and I felt bad for them. I did. I was like, oh gosh, it is so cold. I wish they would suspend store pickup when it's like 0 degrees outside, but they don't. These guys are troopers. Okay, so let me show you what I'm doing with this. So I am going to just pick this up and put this aside. So these are all going to be our backgrounds. And then I am going to put all my colors in one of these scrapbook.com trays. And I'll keep all of the same color together, just like that, in a little pile. You see how quick this is? So this is going to make a lot in one go. My die's stuck here. Now I can use the magnetic side too, and that actually would make it a little bit easier. So the magnetic mat is magnetic on one side and not on the other. So if you had a preference to not use the magnet for any reason, you can just flip it over, which is a really nice thing. Because there may be some reasons why you want to line it up yourself and make sure that it doesn't shift with the magnet. But generally with these big plates, when you have a bigger die, the magnet works really, really well. It's with the small ones that it can shift. Okay, here's our lilac panel. Now, if you wanted to keep all of this together, where is it? Press and seal. Press and seal is a great thing to use. I would flip this over, put press and seal on the back, push it out with a pokey tool, and then it would be on the press and seal, and then I would just cover the front side with the press and seal too. So I can't show you because it is, like, I have a few panels cut using that is how I do it when I want to, say you want to store them, and you want to store them all on the sheet. That is the best way to go about that. But press and seal is definitely your friend when you want to keep things in one spot, especially when you're doing like an inlay background that has really tiny pieces that only go in one spot, right? And that's when you're like, I need to know where that piece goes, so I need to keep it together. That's when press and seal becomes like your best friend. For this one, because I opted to show you a super easy one today, this one's a little bit different because you don't, like, you only have one shape here. You don't have several different kinds of shapes or any intricate shapes that have to go only in one place. Hey, Mindy, nice to see you. Hey, Michael. Is Michael working from home today? The trays are a lifesaver. Yes. Oh, that's cool. You use the lids that come with your IKEA storage. That's really cool. Now, the Spellbinders ones that I also use too, those actually have lids. The scrapbook.com ones don't, but they stack together. So if I wanted to make sure that, you know, something in mine didn't go somewhere, then I would put a second one on top. And I do often just stack them. So that makes it a lot easier. Okay, let's do white. trying to show you guys what I'm doing here. And we're going to do something fun with this one, not just paper. Decided to go a little bit outside of the box because you can always just fill this in with paper. But I thought, why don't we make it a shaker, right? Oh, Michael took a PTO day today. Does that mean you're crafting all day, Michael? Is that what getting things done means? Or are you running errands? Hey, Livy. How are you? We're all just trying to keep it together. Absolutely, says Carissa. I love that. And Livy said, ain't that the truth? It is. It's a busy time too. All these spring releases are happening, and it's just, yeah, maybe it's always going to be a busy time this year. I don't know. It might be. Here's white. Let's go. We got two more. Honeysuckle is next. Let's go in here with honeysuckle. And you can run this through at a little bit of an angle. Lost my tape. So mint tape lasts so long that I have it stuck pretty much on every surface of my workstation here. I have some stuck on my desk. I keep some on my Platinum 6, and I don't get rid of it until it absolutely doesn't stick anymore. Oh yeah, it's too cold to run errands, Michael. It's too cold. Yes. I hope you have a wonderful weekend too. Oh, Mindy found some friends. And Mindy's been going live more often now, and it's really nice to watch her. And she went live on Wednesday, so if you missed that, be sure to watch that on replay. It's quite nice to have Mindy after Kathy on Wednesdays. Okay, I love the feel of that, just like pushing those out. There's something really nice about it. This is also a great thing to do while you're watching TV, because it's just repetitive work that you don't really have to sit and think about, or, you know, it's not like coloring where you have to really look closely at it. Inlay, once you have everything cut, it's so easy. You can just sit there and fill away, fill the gaps, as I say. Okay, so here is powder. I went with powder instead of Harbor because it's a nice lighter color. Look at all of our hearts. Aren't they pretty? And you know what? I would usually go with the teal, like sea glass, but I was feeling blue. Not blue like in emotion or mood, but just I was feeling a blue color. So there we go. Okay. And there is our last panel. So we have all of our hearts. We have all of our panels. Oh my gosh, can I put this away now? Yes. I do not love having my die cutting machine on my desk. Okay, I think I can put it away. Carissa's live after me, Mindy. I believe it's the same. Okay, so my idea was that I was going to make this a shaker. And to do that, I'm gonna grab some acetate from scrapbook.com. These are acetate sheets, and what I love about them is that they're already pre-cut to you, for you. They're not A2, but they are smaller. So I don't know about you, but whenever I have like letter size acetate sheets, I always feel like I have like leftover random pieces left, and I can never use those leftover random pieces. Whereas with this one, I usually have just a sliver left, and, you know, or I cut it in half and I use it for a smaller panel. So I just clean that off with alcohol to make sure that that is nice and clean. And then I'm going to give it a rub with my Swiffer. Oh, Marianne, thank you. Yes, such a fun one. Look at all these fun hearts. Super excited about it. Carrie, they are great colors. I put all of the colors in my video description below. If you guys want to pull these out of your stash, if you have Concord 9th cardstock, then definitely grab those. Okay, so here is what I'm thinking. So we could do, and you guys tell me what you think. We could do a full panel and cover the whole card like so. Or we could do a partial panel and cut off a section and do that. It's going to be tight no matter what we do, because we could actually make it not as tight if we had a frame. Do we have a frame? I could do a frame. It would be a little bit harder, but let's think. We could probably do this. So I will just have to cut down my my foam adhesive because that edge is so small, or I could create a frame. I just have to think of what frames I have in stock. Let's see. Or I could make a frame. Let's see. Let's make a frame. Can we make a frame? Let's see if this will work. Okay. So, because it gets really tricky. It gets a little tricky when you're cutting down. Ooh, that one's tight. Let's see. Let's see what happens, friends. Okay. I'm just thinking, because if I have to cut down my foam adhesive, sometimes that is not the best result. But let's see what we can do. I'm going to create a frame with just frame dies from Spellbinders. And we're going to see if our hearts will fit in that frame. We're going to do a 3x4 grid. And if we can't make that work, then we just can't make that work. Hopefully you guys get what I'm saying here. Yeah, a scalloped frame would be pretty. This one has little like notches in it. Tim Pacific, which is early for Carissa. And she will still look beautiful with her hair curled. I try to aspire to be more like Carissa every day because that girl is put together. She dresses good, makeup on point, hair on point. Jealous. That will be me someday, Carissa, when my children are not living at home with me, right? For now, just give me some grace. Hey, Roberta S. Nice to see you. Ooh, okay. So let's see what this does. So what I just did was I made a little frame to see if this will give me some wiggle room around my hearts. Paper crafting is all about, you know, trying to, oh, that one's tight. No, that's not gonna work. Oh no. Paper crafting is all about like trying to make things work, right? It really is. It's all about trying to make it work. And do you see there, it's just like it's just not the right size. So we're just gonna have to do it. We're just gonna have to bite the bullet and go with it, I think. But the other thing we could do, here's the other thing we could do. We could, ooh, I was gonna say we could cut a frame and kind of inlay the hearts, and none of the frames are the right size. Okay, so I think we're just gonna have to bite the bullet and go for it. Let's just go for it. What if we did a full-size frame? And that could help us, and then we'll do a full-size card. Let's see. Would that help a little bit? Yeah, but it wouldn't go all the way. Oh my goodness, you guys. Yeah, it's a conundrum. It's a conundrum. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just give it a go. I'm gonna try to, yeah, Carissa's like, you can make it work, you can do it. I'm like, I really wanted that frame to give myself some extra space, but we just can't make it work because the frame has to be the right dimensions for the hearts. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I am gonna glue up my powder background because I want powder to be the background layer for this one. But remember, this can create so many different cards because you have so many different of those frames and layers. So we're just going to go ahead and glue this up. with our scrapbook.com glue. This is, what is this called? Artiste glue. It's been used so much that the label is rubbed off. Artiste glue. And this comes with the fine tip things and the little pin. It's quite nice. Okay, so I'm just making sure I don't get too much glue here, because this is where Inlay gets a bit iffy. You don't want it to get iffy. You want it to be incredible. If you use too much glue, then your glue will seep out and you will see little, shiny marks. Now, what I typically prefer to do if I'm not doing a shaker is to cover the entire front with a tape adhesive. And then you don't have to worry about your glue. And I've lost my acetate. You don't have to worry about your glue coming out. It's somewhere here. And it's clear. Okay, acetate is missing. Oh, here it is. It's alive. It's alive. Okay, here we go. Could you layer multiple backgrounds instead? So I could carry, but I want this edge to be wider. So I could layer the multiple backgrounds to make that a little bit more dimensional, but it would still have that narrow edge. And so that was kind of what I was trying to get away from, was that narrow edge. But so there is my powder cardstock on the acetate. And then I'm just going to give that a trim. These are the Spellbinders scissors. They're fantastic scissors. Love them. Very sharp. And see how you don't have much waste with this acetate. Love that. Okay. Next, I'm going to grab my 3mm foam adhesive. And this is important, and I have made this mistake a lot, that I use 2mm foam adhesive and then everything absolutely gets stuck underneath my shaker window. And I am not an over shaker. I actually will tend to put less shaker bits than I actually need. And even when I don't put a lot in, I will have issues where the sequins will get stuck. The sequins are little pieces that I put in, because you can put in lots of different things in your shaker. They will get stuck. Okay, so I just cut that to the width of my card, and now I'm going to cut it down, and let's pray that we can get it thin enough so that you won't see that on the outside, because that is one thing that I did not think about when I planned this card last night. And I didn't pre-make it because I was already just kind of creating something else. So I didn't have time to pre-make it, but I thought, oh, that would be a great idea. Show them how to do a shaker. So there's my top one. That worked. I think this side is a little bit more narrow than that side. So I'll put this on the bottom. Luckily, you only have to cut the length once and then cut it in half. I think that's going to work. And what we can do is try to keep the shaker pieces where you can't see that foam adhesive. And then I'll show you a little trick too for making sure you don't get a saggy card front. Cut this in half. Now, this one's a little bit wider. I can see that. I have an eagle eye for width. So I'm going to do one side a little bit more narrow. Now these scissors are key to cutting down foam like this because they don't stick to the foam. So you don't have to worry about that, because if your scissors stuck to the foam, it would be a nightmare to cut down this foam. Okay, let's see if that works. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. I'm going to try. We'll see, Mindy. We'll see. Let's see if we can make this work. Oh my goodness. I'm going to call Greg and say, Greg, I need more margin on the sides for shakers. Thank you so much. No, it's okay. There's enough room. We got this. We got this. And this is a lesson in patience, right? There we go. And then here's this side. Now this side, I think I'm going to have to cut this one in half to get that one on. We got this. Just don't cut your fingers. That's the most important part. Don't cut your fingers. No workplace accidents happening today because I don't get workers' comp. So, you know, we would have some issues over here. So I got to tell you guys, speaking of workers' comp, hey Tracy, nice to see you. Winston has been sick and he's been having some tummy troubles. And so, you know, we've been working through all the things and trying to figure out what's going on with him and is it an allergy? We've done blood tests, we've done all these things. And this week it got so bad that we decided to do an ultrasound. And so we did an ultrasound, and you guys who have pets who have had to deal with these things know that it's not cheap. And then yesterday we had to do a repeat ultrasound to see if the shadow that they saw was something or if it was nothing. So that was really fun. And it ended up being nothing, thank goodness. But because it was nothing on the ultrasound, we still have no answers. So we're like back to square one, back to the drawing board. You know, every test that we've done has shown up like absolutely fine, normal. And so now we have to like get special blood tests done to send down to Texas. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's a thing. So he's fine. He like acts like a normal little puppy. He just has some tummy troubles. So, you know, keep him in your thoughts. Okay. So this is what I did to make sure my card didn't sag. Put your leftover pieces of foam adhesive in the center. I have forgotten this before and I have really regretted it because it didn't look great. Okay, before you go any further, I want you to get out your sequins. It is an expensive nothing, Ingrid. Yes, absolutely. I know, poor Winston. We feel so bad for him, and it's been happening since like a week after we got him. So now we wonder if he feels bad, if he just thinks it's normal. I don't know. It's so weird. And at first we thought maybe because when we first got him, it was when the bunnies were kind of prolific here. So we thought maybe he got into some bunny poo and he has some kind of like parasite from it. He's been tested for every parasite. He's had the DNA parasite test now. Like, it's not parasites. So it's one of those things where we're going back and forth and trying to figure it out. So I'm using Spellbinder sequins here. I love their colors. They're just super pretty. And then I'm grabbing some clear sequins too, just for that shine. We are giving him all the things that the vet recommends, Roberta, like all the things. And now he's having probiotics. He's having digestive enzymes as well. So like all the things. Okay, the only thing about this is that I need to watch where I put my sequins because of my foam around here. So I need to see, just make sure that my foam is not going to be sticking to any of these sequins. So I'm going to try to put my sequins where I can see that there is no foam. So on the edges, up here. So it's a little bit tricky when you put those foam pieces in the center, but I promise you're going to be happy when you don't have a saggy card middle, because it will definitely sag. Okay, hopefully I got that right. And then if there are any backers on your foam, pull those off. And I'm praying I haven't got too many little fingerprints on my acetate, because that's always a worry, right? You want to try to be as hands off of your acetate as possible. And I'm going to stand up, kind of look at my foam again. I think we're good. I think we are good. This one might have a little bit here. So I'm pushing the sequins out of the way wherever I have that foam. And if you want to make sure that you have some wiggle time with this, you can put some adhesive on the back of your foam. Okay, I think we got it. Perfect. And it's already pretty, right? Look at all those hearts with, but see, like, see how those sequins still move freely around, but you don't have that saggy middle. Ooh, I got a part up here that I didn't take the backing off. That happens sometimes. I got sequins going everywhere. I'm like, what happened? Because I didn't take my backing off of the top one. Hello. Okay, so taking this one off. There we go. Now we won't have any more flying sequins. Isn't that so pretty? Love it. Okay, so that was the hardest part. Hardest part is done. The rest of it was just kind of like the thing, you know, just stamping, and just a repetitive process over and over again. Then what we can do is put our hearts in, and you can kind of go through and decide if you want to do like certain words, so you can spell out certain things. And let me go close now. So you can spell out certain things, or you can just go through and put the hearts in wherever you want. I just think this is so pretty. So, you know, if you wanted to spell out certain things, it would take you a little bit more time. Want, kiss, let's do XOXO. And you want to try to make sure that you don't repeat the same word over and over again, right? So I'll put happy here, and then I think I'll put another purple here. I really like this. So pretty. And then I'll put another pink one up here. Want, dance, my, perfect, I already have. Let's see. It is so cute. XOXO I already have, but we could do that one twice. That one's okay, because, you know, hugs and kisses. Let's do hug. Do I have love? No, I don't have love. Let's do love. See that? Perfect. So we have each color 2 times, except for white, but I'm okay with that. And I always like to make sure that I don't put the same color on the same line. How about cutie pie? Maybe I could put a white right here. Cutie pie. That's quite cute. Okay, so let's do that. And then what you can do is you can pick up your hearts and glue them in. And literally, you would just do the same thing with all of your other panels. Now, the cool thing is that if you didn't want to do a shaker, it would be even faster. And you would just back it on a piece of white cardstock and just inlay each of the hearts. You could do different color patterns. You could cut some of them with silver or gold and not stamp them. So then you could get some metallic or glitter cardstock. So lots of different options. Lots of different options. And you know, one of the most fun things I find with Inlay is that you can come up with a color combination that is really fun and exciting that you've never tried before. I always love that. There's that. Let's get out this cutie pie. Oh, where's Catherine? Is Catherine here? I didn't see her. Love this card, said Tracy. Thanks, Tracy. Maybe you guys will try Inlay when you've kind of been a little bit nervous to try it before. Ooh. I actually, Tracy, actually the vet mentioned that one yesterday, that that would probably be the next thing to test for. So I think that they are going to be doing that. So thank you for saying that. I should have a call with my vet today. She was going to see how he was doing after like eating breakfast and everything. And he really did not enjoy the ultrasounds, because obviously they're really pushing on your stomach, and he had to lay on his back and everything. The first time he had to be muzzled, which is crazy, because if you know a golden, like they're not a kind of dog you have to muzzle. But it was just really uncomfortable for him. And they had to shave him, so poor thing, he's really uncomfortable, and he keeps like scratching his tummy on the floor because he doesn't know like why it's itching. Poor guy. All right, just getting the rest of these in, and then I'm going to create a little sentiment to go on the top. Now I got a little sagginess right there, but I think we're good. I think we're good. Yes, Mary Ann, try it. It's not hard. That's the thing. It might be time consuming, but there's not a lot of skill required. And I kind of love those things where something might take time, but it doesn't take a lot of skill. Like say alcohol coloring. That doesn't take a lot of time, but it does take skill. I'm not that good at that. I'm better with the things that are like this, that are just repetitive. They might take time, but you're gonna come out with a great card no matter what, because you can't really mess this up. I'm gonna put this one over there. You can't mess this up, I promise. That is so cute. And I have a feeling that I'm making these for my daughter to give to her friends, because, you know, how many more pieces do I have? We have 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each of these can be a different background now, and then you can switch out the hearts. So I would do, you know, blue hearts in the next one, and I would not do the one in the background. And so we can make all these cards in one go. All of our cuts are done. You can literally store these together like this in one storage container, keep that there, and then just keep working on cards as you have time. That's the greatest thing about it. Hey, Catherine, I just saw you now. I saw Roberta saw you before, but I didn't see you. Okay, so we could do love you or hello friend. What do you guys think? Kind of like hello friend. So you could do it like this. I love putting my dies down because it really gives you an idea of what it will look like. Something like that, hello friend. And we could do it in silver. Should we try that? Or should we try it in like white glitter? White glitter or silver? What do you guys think? Tell me in a comment, white glitter or silver? I mean, we could honestly try both just to see. I don't know if I can get it on this piece. Okay, let's see if I have more. Oh, here we go. Hello friend, said Vicky. Vicky likes hello friend. Do you know what? This week, my Platinum Scout top has gone missing. It's the strangest thing ever. I can't find it. I might have an extra one in here, but it is just the weirdest thing ever. Yeah, here's an extra one. It's the weirdest thing ever that I can't find it. And this is my original one. You can see how messed up it is, but yeah, it's just so weird. White glitter. Okay, white glitter, white glitter. Okay, let's do some white glitter. Let's see what that looks like. And let's make sure it sticks out enough and has enough contrast. Oh. And this is a classic Concord 9th font that they use, and I think that's another reason why I love it. Oh yeah, the white glitter is super pretty. You guys see that? It looks fantastic. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this from white glitter, and I'm going to cut this from white cardstock too, and layer that up. So this is going to be a card with a lot of layers. There's your ASMR for today. Let's grab the friend. It's really hard to stick tape on glitter paper. So I typically will just put it down and put the lid on right away and not tape it. A lot easier when you have like a magnetic platform to work with. Diane, it might be under a pile of stuff. Yeah, no, I actually have tidied up. Oh, friend is all separate, so we're gonna have to piece friend together. It is, oh, but hold on, wait. Is there a shadow layer? No, there's no shadow layer. I have actually cleaned up everything several times. So my worry is that, did it fall in the trash by accident? Oh no, I just dropped the E in friend. It flew off my desk. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, I found it. Oh, okay. Okay, and then I'm going to cut the same thing again in white. I have lots of white cardstock back here. I think this is SCT's 100 pound. I like that for like layering. It gives you a little bit more rigidity. It's good stuff. Oh, and SCT has a sale on right now on paper. Big deal, because we literally have the greatest white paper ever. It's so good for blending. Anyone who takes our events gets this paper with their kits and they love it. So if you are on here and you know how great this white paper is, give us a shout out, but it is good stuff and you can save 15% off. So if you go to the SCT Instagram feed, you can see an image, the sale image there, and you will see the coupon code, and it's good for anything in the paper and envelopes category, as well as our kits. So we have a few scrapbooking kits in there that are also on sale. So be sure to check that out. Yes, SCT is having a sale. And we're going to be having more, so stay tuned. Keep watching us on Instagram for updates on that. But this is only through, I think, Sunday. So don't miss out on the ability to try out SCT cardstock, because it's really, really good. Okay, so we did that. We just need to piece this together. The great thing is because all of our embellishment is in the card, we don't have to like put anything else on the top besides our sentiment. Yes, Roberta says, I'm getting low on my SCT paper. Well, there you go, friend. Go grab it. Okay, where's my glittery hello? Here it is. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and layer these up. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Catherine just put the code there. 15% off. And it's really well priced too, I have to say. The white paper, I think we have craft. I think we have, do we have silver and gold? I don't know. We might have white and craft in the shop. And envelopes. If you need envelopes, check those out too. Okay, so layering that up. The other thing that's exciting that just happened is that today our Crop and Create delivered paper crafting info went up on the website. So registration for that starts next week, but you can find out all about our classes today on the website, the cost, so you can, just figure out if you can take part. It is a live virtual event, but everything can be watched on replay. So do not miss that. Okay, so friend is all individual letters, but that's okay. We can do this. Just a little bit more work, right? But heck, this card is going to be so cute. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth all the gluing we have to do. So if you think about it, if you do this inlay, not as a shaker. So you literally cover a back panel with adhesive, like tape adhesive, and you inlay those hearts. Now, you do have to inlay all the hearts when you do that. So, you know, you might argue that this way is faster because you don't have to inlay all the hearts. I'll let you guys decide on that. But I love that that added shaker effect. Super fun. And I'm really glad that I was able to cut down my foam adhesive to make it work. I.e. This is the May one, Beatrice. So this is happening at the end of May. So it's paper crafting, not card making. The paper crafting event is just happening once this year. And then the card making event is happening spring and fall. So be sure to go to Scrapbook and Cards today to check that out. All the information is there. I'm going to put that on our Instagram feed today, this afternoon. And right now we have a giveaway up from Picket Fence Studios on our blog too. So super exciting. If you didn't know, we have a giveaway every single Friday. So it's definitely a reason to visit the blog, find out what's going on, you know. And we also have our first Lunch and Learn of 2025 happening next Tuesday with Gina K Designs. Well, Gina K from Gina K Designs. So there's a lot of awesome things happening over at SCT. Next week also, you will find out about another event that I'm taking part in this spring. So watch out for that. I like my hello to be right there, and I'm going to keep it right there. My friend, I'm going to move over slightly because this is a big honkin' word. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make that word go right through my smile heart. Like that. Okay, so that's how my card is going to look with that sentiment on there. I'm going to glue that off of camera. So, how cute, or should I glue it now? Let's just glue it. Okay, let's just glue it so you guys can see the shaky action in progress, and then we'll jump over to Carissa. What I'm going to do is I am going to show you guys, I'm going to go ahead and create the other card with the other die set, because I know a lot of you guys can't stick around for longer than an hour, but I really want to show you that one because it's super easy. So I might try to make a video with that one, maybe this weekend. It's a really, really cute die set, and I love the fact that they have the enamel shapes with that one. So if you don't feel like cutting all the paper, you can just cut the outer love and then fill it with the enamel shapes. I love that. And Concord 9th did that also. They had coordinating enamel shapes with the Nutcracker from September. That was so good. Okay, just gluing these individual letters. Trying to make sure they don't move. Vicky is saying I had to step away. What is the code for? It's for SCT paper. So our paper and envelopes category in the SCT shop, Vicky, is on sale, 15% off, as well as our kit category. So be sure to check that out if you need some amazing SCT paper. It's the best. Really is. It's great for stamping, great for blending because it's really smooth. Comes in 80 and 100 pound. I hope I got that right because I always get it wrong. 80 and 100, I think. So it's really good stuff. 2 more letters. How fun is that friend word though? I love that it has like capital letters and lowercase letters all fitting together. Concord 9th is so good with their sentiments. And hopefully I got it on straight. I think I did. Okay. How cute is that, you guys? Isn't that adorable? So the moral of my story is try the inlays, okay? Because This is something like this with just one shape of an inlay, right? So you don't have to place it in the exact spot it belongs in, right? This is a great way to try inlay if you've never done it before, because this is kind of an easy inlay card. This is kind of your gateway to the inlay technique. And it really is incredible because, where did my thing go? Look at all the extra pieces I have here to create 5 more cards, right? So I just did all that stamping, die cutting all in one go, and then I have enough pieces to make more cards, whether they're shaker or not. So I hope you guys will give Inlay a try. I really love this card. I'm super excited how it turned out. Thank you, Florna. I appreciate that. Okay, thanks, Deborah. What do you guys think? Are you going to give it a try? Are you going to try out Inlay? I hope you will. And if you missed the Concord 9th January release, it is linked in my video description below, so please go and check that out. You can save on this bundle, so you can get the stamp and the die together to save some money on that. Thank you, Beth. And I appreciate you guys. Be sure to check out all the exciting things happening with me and with Scrapbook and Cards today. If you've not signed up for my newsletter, you can do that on my Instagram link. So go to my link in profile on Instagram. You can sign up for my newsletter there. I give like 1 newsletter a week just to let you know I'm going live, and I'll usually put the things that I'm included in. So there's an important announcement coming next week that you guys will want to know about. I'm super excited about that. Susan, thank you so much. Yes, I will link the sequins, Jen. Now, some of those sequins may have been in Spellbinder's advent calendar. I think some of them might have been in the advent calendar, but I will go ahead and update the list with any of those sequins that I found. But I have to say, Jen, if you go to the Spellbinder shop and just go to the sequins category, you'll find all sorts of good ones, but I'll link the ones that I used. Thanks, Jenny. Appreciate you. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Happy creating, and I will see you guys here next week. Now, go over and watch Carissa Wiley because I'm sure she's going to be creating something amazing. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye, you guys.